Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have all new Dollar Tree Christmas and winter DIYs to share with you. I really hope that you guys are going to love these as much as I do. These ones were so much fun to create and they are just going to be perfect for that Christmas season, and a lot of these you can keep out all winter long. But before we get started, if you are new here, please do consider subscribing down below. This first DIY, I'm going to be starting off with these two buffalo check reindeer statues from Dollar Tree. You guys might remember these from my Dollar Tree haul. I just fell in love with them as soon as I saw them. I really love the base. I think it's really beautiful, but I did want to give these a little bit of a makeover just to help them incorporate a little bit better into my decor. So the first thing I want to do is just remove the reindeer from the base, because I do want to keep the base as is because I really do like it. So to get the reindeer out, all you have to do is just wiggle it a few times and it will pop out of that base. So now I'm just going to go ahead and set those to the side. And I wanted to paint mine gold. Now you can paint these any color you like, whatever is going to match your decor. And this gold spray paint in particular is one of my favorites because it gives the most beautiful finish. So I just went ahead and did one thick coat of this spray paint and it dried beautifully. I'll try to leave this spray paint link down below. They usually have it at Walmart, but I just love the gold finish. I think it is so elegant. So here they are once they were dry. And before I attach it to the base, I did want to go ahead and give it a jingle bell collar. So these bells are from Dollar Tree. They had a few different sizes, but for this size here, 3 works great. And I'm just going to hot glue them to the front of the reindeer. And when I'm doing this, you're going to see I'm kind of gluing it in a little bit of a curve. That way it just kind of gives it a little bit more visual interest than just going straight across. And you guys of course know I'm using my Gorilla Hot Glue sticks. These are not needed whatsoever, but they are my favorite. I just feel like they hold up a little bit better, so I'll leave these ones linked down below. I usually just order them from Amazon. And now to attach it back to the base, you can go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue inside of that hole there before you add your reindeer back in, but I'm just going to go ahead and push it right back in. Once I did that, I found that it was still pretty sturdy, so I'm just going to leave it like this. But of course, if you feel like yours is a little bit wobbly, just go ahead and put some glue in there first. And here is a closer look at the final result. I think that these look so elegant and they are definitely a big upgrade, and you can paint these any color you like to fit your decor style. For this next DIY, I'm going to be starting off with this glass bowl from Dollar Tree, and I found this one in their candle department. And then I'm also going to be using some of these faux trees, and these can be found with their Christmas decor items. So I'm going to be using the 2 smallest trees from that set, and I'm going to be putting a generous amount of hot glue on the bottom of these because once they are in place, I do not want them to move around at all. And you're going to see why in a minute. So make sure you get a pretty good amount on there and then just hold them in place until they dry. The other important thing is here, you can see that they're peeking out of the top of the glass. I do have to bend them down because we need them to be completely flush with the top of that bowl. Next, I'm going to be adding in some faux snow from Dollar Tree. I used about half of the bag here for this one, but you can go ahead and add a little bit more or a little bit less. The next thing we're going to need is some E6000 glue, and I will leave this link down below. This is not from Dollar Tree. I did pick this up from Amazon, but you can usually find this at a craft store as well. And I'm carefully just putting some of that glue right around the top of the bowl. Next, I'm going to be taking this glass plate from Dollar Tree. This one is in the kitchen area, and I'm just going to put it right on top of my dome. I'm going to hold it in place with some pressure just for a few seconds, and then you want to let it dry completely. And here you have a snow globe cookie tray. This one is by far one of my favorite DIYs. It is so much fun and it is so customizable. You can add any scene you like inside of the dome. You can add a gingerbread man or maybe a red truck or just a Christmas tree with some ornaments. There are so many different ways you can really transform this DIY. And it is just so much fun. I'm planning on making a few more of these for Christmas because I know my guests would just absolutely get such a kick out of it. If you try any DIY from this video, it has to be this one. It is so quick and easy, and all you need are some brown paper bags from Dollar Tree and some hot glue. So I'm going to be starting off with 7 of those paper bags, and I want to make sure that my flap is in the front here and facing up, and all we have to do is just hot glue all 7 bags to each other. But when you're adding your hot glue, you do want to kind of put it in a T formation. So that top part there, I kind of just put a little squiggle of glue, but then you just want to do one line of glue straight down the bag, and that's how we're going to glue all 7 of these together. In my Dollar Tree haul, I had asked you guys to guess what I was going to be making with these brown paper bags, and a few of you guessed it, but it was just so fun to hear all of the ideas that you guys had. It was just really inspiring also. I love to hear the different items you guys thought that I was going to make with this, and you all gave me some really good ideas. I'm just going to glue my 7th bag on top using that T formation with my hot glue. And one of the reasons I really love this DIY is because it is really beautiful, really large, and so inexpensive. You can make 4 of these snowflakes with 1 package of brown paper bags for $1.25. Once all of your bags are glued together, you want to cut a triangle into the bottom part here. And now you can just get really creative. So just like when you were a kid cutting those paper snowflakes, you want to go ahead and create some designs. So for this one here, all I did was just cut a triangle. You can see here kind of in the side, and then I'm also going to cut a smaller triangle right on top of that one. And the only thing I will say is you do want to try to mirror the design on both sides, and that is it. Once you open up your bags, you are going to see the most beautiful snowflake. This DIY just really amazes me because it could not be any more simple, but it really does look beautiful. Once it is open, you can just glue those 2 sides together. That way it will stay in its shape. But I do have a little hack here to show you in case you want to store these over the years. All you have to do is just open up your snowflake, hold those 2 pieces at the top, and just punch a hole into them. So instead of just gluing it together and kind of having it stuck like this and having to throw it out when you're done, you can just untie the string when you're done hanging up your star, and then it will fold right back into that flat paper bag shape, and it will store really easily for next year. That way you can just take them right back out, and you don't have to worry about storing something really large, and you don't have to worry about damaging it. So right there you can see there is a little bit of a gap. If that gap bothers you, you can put a piece of tape there. That way you can just easily remove it when you want to store your star at the end of the season. Here is another one that I created. I cut a different shape into this one just to make it look a little bit more like a star, and I cut some round shapes into it instead of triangle. But that is the really fun part about this craft, is it is like a real snowflake. No 2 are alike. They're all going to be unique, and that really does add to the beauty of them. Mine up, I'm just using some twine that I had from Dollar Tree, but you can even use some clear fishing line, and that way it will kind of just look like they're hanging in the sky all by themselves, and these really are beautiful. I'm going to have these up in my living room all winter long, and they are just so fun to look at. Next up is a really quick and easy DIY. So I'm just going to be using these 2 Nutcrackers from Dollar Tree. I love Nutcrackers. The Nutcracker Ballet is one of my absolute favorites, so I do like to incorporate Nutcrackers into my decor any chance I get, but I had an idea to give these guys a little bit of an upgrade. So I just went ahead and covered up their hair and their beard with this blue painter's tape, and I want to give them a coat of that same gold spray paint. Again, I'll leave this one linked down below. It really is beautiful and has a nice finish, and it's really user friendly. Anytime I've used it, I have had really good success with it, and it dries beautifully. So here they are after 2 coats of that gold spray paint, and now all you have to do is just remove that blue painter's tape. You want to do so carefully so you don't pull out that hair, but it does come off pretty easily. And now you'll see that is it. They're pretty much done. If you get a little bit of gold spray paint into the hair, don't worry. You can easily pull it out or just give it a little bit of a trim. But that is it for this DIY. It is really quick and simple, but I think that these look so much more elevated now, and they'll definitely fit into my decor a little bit better. So excited to see these snowflakes at Dollar Tree this year. I think that these ones are just such beautiful quality. They're nice and sturdy and really unique looking. So I did have to pick up 4 of them. I have 2 different styles here, so 2 of each. And I am going to be showing you 2 different ways you can use these in a DIY. But the first thing I want to do is just go ahead and remove the string out of all 4 of these, and I want to give them a really quick paint job. So for me, that always means spray paint. I think it is just by far the easiest. So I'm just going to use a matte white spray paint just to cover the front and back, but you can of course paint these by hand with a chalk paint or acrylic paint or any spray paint color of your choosing. Here they are when they were all dry, and like I said before, I did want to show you 2 different ways that you can use these in a DIY. So we're going to use these ones here first, and it's a very simple DIY, but the next one we're going to be using these larger snowflakes, and that one is probably my favorite out of the 2, but we're going to set these ones to the side just for a second. And for these ones here, we're pretty much just going to add some string and hang them up. So I just wanted to show you how beautiful these do look with just a really simple paint job. And I'm just going to be using some twine from Dollar Tree just to add into that hole up top. Just give it a trim, and then these are ready to hang up. I really do think that these are beautiful. They look a lot more expensive than they are. You do just want to be sure to make sure you hang them up somewhere where they're nice and sturdy, because they are a little bit heavier than the paper stars. So just make sure that you are securing them if you do want to hang them from the ceiling, or you can actually hang these from a mantle as well. With these other 2 snowflakes here, we're actually going to be creating some tabletop decor. So I'm also going to be using this 10-inch piece of wood from Dollar Tree, and you can find this one in the crafter square. They do also sell it in a 12-inch size, but I do think that the 10-inch one works better for this DIY. Actually just going to leave these natural. I think the natural color looks beautiful, but you could do a nice little stain on here if you wanted to, or you can just spray paint these as well. I think the gold would look beautiful on here. I was actually going to spray paint them gold, but at the last second I did decide just to keep them natural. So before we attach them to the base, I thought it would be really fun to give these some sparkle. So I'm going to be adding some Mod Podge. You can find Mod Podge at Dollar Tree. They have the glossy and matte. You can use either one for this. And I'm just going to be taking a sponge brush and just adding the Mod Podge to my entire snowflake. And then while it's still wet, I'm going to be sprinkling in some of that faux snow from Dollar Tree. To shake off the excess, if you see any bare areas, you can just go ahead with your sponge and add a little bit more Mod Podge to those areas and sprinkle on some more of that faux snow. That's what I did with my first one over there to the right, because I didn't put as much Mod Podge, but with my second one here, I made sure to put a little bit thicker of a layer of Mod Podge, and I had no trouble at all. So here they are once they were completely dry. And just to help it attach to the base, I figured I could use some of these tumbling tower blocks. These are from Dollar Tree, and you can usually find them in the toy area. So I thought it would be good just to hot glue 2 of these to the back of my snowflake here, just to kind of give the snowflake a little bit thicker of an area to add the glue to, so that way when I attach it to the base, it was just a little bit sturdier. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it was still a little tricky. In the end, it did work, but I did have to hold it in place until it was completely dry. And then after this part here did dry, I turned it around and I did add quite a bit of hot glue to the back, just to kind of give it a nice and strong base to grip onto. If anyone has any ideas on a better way to attach it, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know so we can share with everyone else. But here is how they turned out. These ones really do make a really nice statement because they are so large, and the faux snow just looks so beautiful when the light hits it. And that is all the DIYs that I have for you guys today. I really hope that you enjoyed these. I am so excited for the upcoming videos I have planned. So if you are not yet subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button so you do not miss any of the new upcoming videos. To subscribe to my channel, you can just click on my picture right here. Thank you so much for watching.